Your weekly pint of sports juice, presented by the Keys Leisure Centre Preston. Eat, drink and bowl at the Keys sprawling beer gardens, lanes, arcade, bar and bistro. Let's go, lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Sports Juice. I've got Andrew Hook here to the left of me. I've got Sam Davies to the right of me. Fellas, just a quick one. How's your week in sport been?
As a Melbourne fan in general, pretty good.
Going well.
Yeah.
Going well. I did the ladder predictor, actually, and you guys are you're gonna be top 6.
Gee, that's changed. You didn't have them 7th when...
You got to redo it every week because things change very quickly.
Yeah, very true.
We just look at Geelong.
Oh, my weekend was great. I got a free Palmer. First off of the year, but you'll
Tip
be
nine. Before we get stuck into guys, we generally have a bit of a chat about general things.
Yes.
And I said to Sam, I want to open the show because something has been bugging me for a long time.
This is about people in general.
People in general.
All
Yeah,
right.
mate, you can't change
The
his
Melbourne-
face. I'm sorry.
The Melbourne public out there
Shut up. Keep on.
reversing into a parking
Oh,
spot
mate.
has become an epidemic in this. I don't know if it's just Melbourne. I don't know, but it is a complete waste of time. You waste everyone else's time. Literally, this morning I was trying to get into a car park at
your work?
at the gym. No,
Oh,
at the gym.
Yep.
And another guy comes completely on the other side of the road, right in front of me. I wanted to swing into a park right in front of me. I had right of way to keep going and smash into him. Really,
Right in front of me.
and it would have been his fault because he's on the wrong side of the
Yeah,
road.
true. Yes.
And then continues to then reverse into his spot, go again, and then try again.
So how long did it actually take him to complete the maneuver?
I would have said a minute.
Yeah.
That's a minute
that's
too
annoying.
long. And the thing is, he could have come around the corner and swung straight into the car park, front on. And then you know what the best thing about parking just normally and not even reversing in? Just swing straight out in one go. It's not that hard. All right. But these people want to reverse in and give it another go and then give it another, and you've just got to wait. And then it costs, and in the supermarket, you know what can happen? It costs you another spot like up further on because someone then comes around the corner and takes you next to your car park. And then in a busy shopping center car park, that's annoying. Around Christmas time, all of that. How annoyed would you be? You've been searching for 15 minutes to try and get a car spot and someone trying to bloody well reverse into their spot and taking up your time. I just want to reverse parallel. That's different because in most circumstances, you need to do that.
Yep.
Right? Because there's certain spots you cannot get in without reverse parallel. By the way, I'm very good at that. But it's become too much. Everyone wants to reverse into a car spot. It is much easier, less time consuming, and you don't hold up anyone else if you just swing in one way.
Or
Thank
shopping
you.
centres in particular.
Sammy's
is a
shaking his
problem.
head because he's a bit of a man.
Oh, Sammy, here we
If
go.
that's the biggest grievance you have in your life right now,
I'm
you're
going
doing
pretty well.
pretty well for
I've
yourself.
got a smile on my face. Don't worry. But at every single time, like literally, I had my nephews in the car the other day, and we were at Northland, and I said, and we went past someone trying to reverse parallel in. I said, boys, just when you get driving, don't ever reverse in. Don't ever reverse in because it takes too much time. We're getting out of the car, and my nephew had a good laugh at the lady trying to still reverse into the spot as we had already gotten out of our car and we're walking to the shopping center. Like it's become too much.
Uncle Pete with his life lessons.
Oh,
Do not reverse park.
you
in
spend a
shopping
couple of days
centres.
with me, young.
This is
young
starting to sound like a
kids.
Seinfeld episode.
But it's
You're
true.
starting to sound like George Costanza,
It's
mate.
true. Like I throw it to the people. I agree. Like I'm hopefully actually. You know
Throw it
what?
to the people.
I don't think I will get a lot of greens because everyone does it.
Okay.
And there's some people who are good at it. Don't get me wrong, but most people are bad.
I wouldn't say. Okay. Anyway, sure. Now, there are certain circumstances where you can only do that. You can only reverse park.
And
So my old
reverse
car,
parallel.
my old wagon, that thing's a Titanic on wheels.
Yeah, I'll give you that
So
one.
pulling into a spot in that thing is not easy.
Not as
That's
easy.
why I was always reverse parking that.
Okay.
My current car, the Lexus.
I'd say you're good at it though.
Thank you.
So
I'm efficient.
Yes, more
Yeah,
efficient.
I did see the park.
Yeah,
Was it reverse park today?
I was actually going to say I actually reverse park next to you when I got in into an angled spot, mind you.
Yeah,
I
true.
got like my parking effort tonight wasn't that great. Anyway,
It's
but
better than
anyway.
his most of the time anyway, so
Yeah,
that's
well,
fine.
true.
No,
Yeah, I'll
parking's
take that.
outrageous. As long as you get the car in the spot you want.
But yeah,
That's
you said before that it's easier to get out if you
100% easy.
so reversing out,
Reversing out.
is easier than just pulling out.
Reversing out is easier than reversing in to park straight. Like,
But you're
what I'm
taking your
complaining
time
about.
trying to get out. So regardless, you got to reverse out.
but it's much easier to just swing one way and then go. Like, it's so much easier than trying to.
Do you know how many times I've come across someone who's tried to reverse out, then they've started going forward? Oh, no, go again.
Yeah,
Position and
that's
go
just
again.
due to room.
Exactly.
Yeah, reversing into a spot is not due to room. With a wagon, no, with a wagon, maybe. But we're seeing every car trying to do it. Every car. This is not. It needs to stop.
I'm pro reverse
If you
parking.
can,
if you can do it.
I'll change my opinion.
Okay.
If you can do it.
If you're capable and skillful
Capable,
enough,
do it.
do it. But if not,
If not, please
just
give it
do
up.
the easy option.
Please just give it up.
Yep.
We see a lot of people giving up the reverse parallel because they're not very good at it.
Yep.
And they drive on by.
Good.
Yeah, particularly on those narrow
can't do
streets.
it.
Like
Yeah, but you've
Smith
just
and
wasted
Brunswick
you've just
Street.
wasted 2 minutes of my time because you think you're better than what you are by trying to get into a spot.
That's what I mean.
Like with
Yeah,
most
exactly.
things in life, stick to your limitations.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. While Richard Sony has commented saying it's all because cars have cameras now as well.
That's true.
Yeah, but that hasn't fixed the problem either. I'd
Well, no,
say
if
so
anything,
many
it's
people-
encouraged people to, sure. And you know what? I am somewhat in agreement with you. This has gone way too long. I am somewhat in agreement with you. People are forgetting how to drive their cars. People
Yeah.
are not learning about their cars. They're relying on this stuff too much.
It's
So
awful.
I kind of agree with you on
With
that
everything
one.
in life,
Thank
I
you.
guess, with AI, and
Thank you.
that's the world we're living in.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
So
so
we're
we
gonna
used AI before the show too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did indeed. Are we going to talk sport, boys?
Let's go.
So,
AFL.
7 minutes in.
AFL.
what on, Pete? What on, Pete? For that monologue.
We were treated to an absolute ripper
Oh,
on
what a
Thursday
game.
night. Fremantle, Sydney, 15 goals,
Yeah.
21, 111 to 10 goals, 13, 73. Unbelievable game, really. When you
And you look at the margin.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch the game, you'd think, oh, it's just a substandard game. The top team were far too good for the second place team. But for 3 quarters, this was the best football I've seen all year.
Yeah.
But then Fremantle just showed how powerful of a unit they are because they just went bang, bang, bang in that last quarter.
Well, it's interesting because the scoreline at halftime was 0 goals, 11 points Fremantle to
One
Sydney,
goal.
4 goals, 9. So it was just pretty much they weren't converting. But like you said, it was actually still quite good football.
Yep.
And it was sort of me and you were texting each other as we were going along. And then finally, when Fremantle started to score their goals, we said, well, this is 100% the game that we wanted to see. And I still think that this is probably our grand final preview at this point.
Maybe.
You have Sydney ahead of Brisbane.
Uh,
What Brisbane did to Sydney 2 weeks ago.
Not right now, I don't.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, good point. I didn't think about Brisbane there.
But to be fair,
No, it could be the preview.
Sydney didn't have, it could be, Sydney didn't have Logan McDonald, Amadi, so they were really reliant on Charlie Curnow, who actually played a really good game and
Played well.
actually, for a change, stepped up in a big game.
Have you changed your opinion about him yet?
I'm getting very close to it because he's in the Coleman now.
Yep.
And as I said, he is stepping up in
And
big
your
games.
opinion is that he is a flat track ball.
That's, yeah, and he's had prior form to
Yeah,
prove
no,
that
I
theory.
agree.
But
I
this sort of
tend to agree.
performance with not much backup, because Joel Hamling played in the forward line as a defensive forward, didn't touch the ball.
Mhm.
And then other than Papley, they had no goal threat other than Curnow and Papley. So
Yeah.
he played a great game. But I'll tell you what, Fremantle, and this is what makes him so good. James Jordan tagged Andrew Brayshaw out of the game for 3 quarters. Murphy Reid started to step up in that 3rd quarter when Fremantle got on a roll. So what does Sydney do? They put Jordan onto Murphy Reid, and then Brayshaw absolutely dominates in that last quarter. And just that depth of midfield Fremantle have got now,
Yeah.
it's scary. And it's, Brayshaw, Sarong, Bolton, Reid, Luke Jackson's doing Luke Jackson things. And I'll tell you what, Mason Cox in a big
He
game,
was good.
he was very, very good.
Better than Sean Darcy.
Oh, I reckon that game
I'll
proves
give
the
it-
point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Cox stays. And did it start to give you reminders of
Well, I
2018?
gave Jack Rewalt reminders of
Yeah,
2018.
Kingy was very funny during the
Yeah.
commentary on that on Fox.
But he was really good.
Yeah.
Clunky marks, everywhere around the ground.
Talking about clunking marks, Josh Tracy, unbelievable. 4 goals. Voss with 2, and he probably didn't even play that
He
good
had a
of a
great
game.
No,
But Tracy really stepped up when needed. Did he kick all his well, obviously he kicked them all in the last
second half.
But did he kick
At
them all
least-
in the last
I think
quarter?
3 of them were in the last
Yeah,
quarter.
I agree.
How about the taunting rule, boys? It's come back in vogue after 2 free kicks were given that resulted in goals.
That's right.
One rubbing Chad Warner's head resulted in a free kick. And then later in the game, Dean Rampy doing the same to John Miss. Are we happy about that? Look,
I
is
hate
it
that
worth
this
it?
is a rule. I really do.
It's not a good look to be having players doing it.
It's
But the question is if it's a free kick or not. Do we go as far as because that means you have to be prepared that if it happens in a final, it's a free kick.
You got to do it. Well, I say, what's worse?
I don't know. I don't
What's
mind.
worse, rubbing a player's head or going right up to their face, giving them your best verbal for 60
it's the
seconds?
same. It's the
Exactly.
same thing.
But they don't give away free kicks if you verbalize for 60 seconds.
Well, we know it's all for the TV look and
Well,
how
it's
it looks.
not,
for
it's not,
kids.
but that's not a good look. You don't want your under
No,
14s.
I agree, but we don't know what they're saying on TV. We
Oh,
don't have that.
I'm sure you can lip read and work out what they're trying to say, but it's exactly the same. It's still taunting.
Look, I'm not for it.
It's a lot of, regardless of the sport, a high percentage of it is about being mentally stronger than the other team. It's a
Yes.
mental game.
Psychological warfare.
Exactly right.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with what has happened.
with you don't have a problem with the hair
Yeah.
rustling, rubbing head.
Wow. Yeah, go on. Lost my train of thought now, you muppet. I don't see a problem with it. As long as you're not mothers and grandmothers and that sort of
yeah,
stuff,
you can't
that's a
cross the
different
line,
story.
racism,
But I mean,
family,
like,
all that stuff.
if someone, you got to calm down, mate.
Mine's going everywhere.
Yeah, I know it
Don't
is.
worry. So
I-
many
I-
things that could be
yeah.
said.
I don't
Anyway.
think. I really don't.
No.
It's getting too touchy now.
Yep, fair enough.
I'm neither here nor there yet.
I think it's dependent on circumstance.
Probably
and what's
depends if it
said or
happens to
done.
Collingwood and it costs us a game. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. You change your
mate.
tune when
Oh,
it, yeah, if it suits you. Yeah, of
Well, I
course.
mean, if Maynard's very, very be
Do
doing
something like that,
Yeah. So Fremantle just march on, and they are a powerful
they're
unit.
clearly the best team in the competition after that display.
Yep.
All right, we go to Friday night. I attended this game. We had Collingwood 13 goals, 11.89 to North Melbourne 12 goals, 13.85. North Melbourne had their chances. I mean, technically, probably should have won this.
Well, Nick Larkey's misses. Like this guy used to be
Yeah.
the best set shot in the competition. You talk about the yips. We've talked about Mitch Georgiadis and Jake Waterman. But some of the misses of Nick Larkey, you know, they were like 10, 15 meters out.
3-4. Great.
And as you mentioned, if he kicks it, if one of them, North win the game based on the end margin. So,
Yeah.
look, North played really well. It's actually a really entertaining game of football, but I guess that extra experience that Collingwood possess, and for Collingwood,
Not extra experience.
well,
Nick Dacos.
well, that last quarter he
in
stood
the last
up.
quarter, he stood up. He was unbelievable.
How many votes do you reckon you got from the coaches though? Because you were very lippy about how good Nick Dacos was the next day.
I had to turn my phone off.
Well, look, I did, without knowing,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking.
and there's a maximum of 5 each coach.
so maximum of 10 votes.
So maximum, I'll go maybe 8.
3.
oh,
See, I don't get this.
Well, the 2 ruckmen actually got
Well,
the other 2 top.
Tristan Zeri was the highest fantasy ranked player on the field,
he was good.
146.
And Darcy Cameron was pretty good as well.
Yeah,
121.
he was good. I thought Josh Dacos was very good as well.
144.
He got the votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nick Dacos 3 votes. But that last quarter, that last
So
run,
you
that
got
set up.
to look at. There's going to be always good players. You got to look at. And Nick Dacos was the difference in that last quarter.
So
He won the game for Collingwood.
So he played one good quarter.
That's okay. He won the game.
A good player plays a whole good game.
He had 29 touches. That's
I'm not saying he's a bad player.
he's contributing every single quarter.
Well, no, but I'm just backing up the idea that he got 3 coaches' votes.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make sense to me. he'll get 3 Brownlow votes in that.
Ooh, over Josh Dacos. Josh Dacos was bloody good.
I think 3 and 2. Josh with 2.
But I'll tell you what, Tim Membry, I know we talked about this
been good.
last week. He's stepped up in big moments.
Mm.
Like we talked about the misses of Nick Larkey. That shot that got Collingwood in front right at the end,
Yeah,
that's a bloody hard
I had a
shot.
great view of that too.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, great kick.
Up and about at that stage. McStay has been chipping in pretty well too. He kicked 3 goals. What's going to cost Collingwood going forward, Lockie Schultz with his injury. That's gonna,
Syndesmosis.
he has been so good for Collingwood in this run of wins from them, and he does all the 1%ers that. Yeah, none of the flashy stuff. Does absolutely none of the flashy stuff. He just does all the hard work. I think Collingwood's going to really miss him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bite. I tell you one, but he needs to step up in Schultz's absence. Bro McCreary, what's happened to him?
I agree.
His form
I
has
agree.
really tapered off. Where he's
Ever since the mention of Tasmania.
Tasmania, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been a non-factor.
Yeah, I agree. But look, it won't take much for him, I think, to inject himself into a game at some point because, I mean, he needs one good crashing tackle, one good run down the wing where he uses his speed. Something like that will just spark him up once again, and I think he'll be right.
2 reports coming out of this game. Well, one report, Billy
Yes.
Frampton, who's gone to the tribunal to get off his 1-game
We'll try and
suspension.
keep over that.
Jack Crisp, is he very lucky? Because Paul Curtis got 3 weeks for a tackle that resulted in a concussion of the West Coast player whose name escapes me. Blamiras, whatever his name is from North Melbourne.
Lamiras.
Bomboneri.
Well, he got concussed.
Yeah.
And Jack Crisp let him go pretty quickly. He didn't really force him onto the ground, but based on other incidents, is Jack Crisp a very lucky man?
He's lucky
Not to
because
get any-
this is it's tribunal roulette.
Yeah.
That's what it is, or match review panel roulette,
Mm.
really. Or there's no panel, there's one guy. And the theory comes up: do the AFL want to continue on his of
That
play
is-
games?
Absolute BS if that's the case.
Little man inside your head's probably like,
Oh, it's a big boy, not just little man.
yeah.
Billy Frampton, does he get off tonight? Personally
I think he will.
actually does.
I think that was purely momentum.
Well, that'd be 3 times in a row this year. Because, of course, the Melbourne tackle that landed Brody Mychek into hospital, he got off.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, no, I think
He's
he
just a
should get
reckless
off. but
player.
yeah.
Once again, we go to the roulette wheel and put
Take
the
your
ball
bet
in.
and hopefully you
roulette.
get the
that's
luck.
it.
Why is no one acting up on this? This is ridiculous.
Acting up as
About it in the match review panel.
Yeah, like they're talking about it in the media, blah, 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 but no one's like doing anything about
But
it.
you can't. It's the AFL. They run their own show.
Is it time for a change of man? Michael Christian's had a good run. Is it time for him to?
Yeah, like it's been an absolute joke of a season for this sort of stuff.
It's,
I
I
agree.
mean, it's been a joke. It's always been a joke. The tribunal.
Yeah, but this
the
year in
match review
particular, I
panel.
can't remember being this bad.
Look, the thing about it right now is the AFL is trying to save face. They're trying to avoid legal issues down the road with concussion. They're trying to tick so many boxes along the way and then apply the rules.
If that's the
As
case,
well.
Billy Frampton should get weeks.
And Jack Crisp will get weeks. And
Correct.
they're so pedantic
But
about
they're
concussion.
also
Correct.
trying to apply the rules, and they also try to keep the public happy too in these sort of spaces.
All the public aren't happy.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So you come up with this mush of a system, and it just doesn't suit anyone.
It's a schmozzle.
No, it absolutely is. Collingwood getting that win against North Melbourne. I know it was only against North Melbourne, but Collingwood never play well against North Melbourne and never play well. So I was actually quite happy with that win. As a supporter.
4 in a row, isn't it?
It is 4 in a row.
You got Carlton coming up,
Carlton,
so another
and-
8-point game.
Yeah, quite possibly, and off a loss that is now Carlton look a bit more vulnerable than they did a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Big game on Saturday night, that will be.
Absolutely. All right. Any more?
No, I'm good.
Moving on.
I'm good.
We got
I'm
any
good.
questions coming up?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
All
yet. We're
right.
good.
St Kilda.
St Kilda and Port Adelaide, 13 goals, 987. St Kilda, Port Adelaide, 10 goals, 1373.
Oh, look, St Kilda dominated the first half. To Port Adelaide's credit, as they've been all season, very competitive in the second half. They really challenged St Kilda, but unfortunately for Port Adelaide, they had hardly anyone on the bench by that last quarter, and they really ran out of legs to make a serious charge into that lead in the last quarter. They lost Butters, which hopefully for Port Adelaide fans, it's not the last time we see Zach Butters in a Port Adelaide jump up.
If you're a Port Adelaide fan, I know there's been this talk about, hopefully he comes back for one game so the fans can say goodbye and all that sort of stuff. But if I'm a Port Adelaide fan and our best player's leaving,
See you later.
See you later.
We're
better off.
Petrarca.
Yeah, we're better off playing a youngster for the next the final few rounds. We're not going to make finals anyway. So bringing the next youngster, I'd be like, that doesn't almost like, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
To be honest, because then
give
you
6
can,
games of preparation without him and see what the
to
midfield
one
looks
other
like.
youngster, or possibly 2 youngsters at 3 games
Yeah.
each.
Well,
Wouldn't bother me as a Port Adelaide
Not just
supporter.
Butters, but they lost Georgiades, who's of course been their best forward. Evans they lost, and Jack Lukosius, who just cannot get a run at all. He was pretty much hiding in the goal square because they needed to have at least some rotation on the bench. He was playing on one leg. So look, Port very competitive. St Kilda keep their wild card chances alive. Wasn't the most convincing win. I think it was a win we all expected them at Marvel because we know that's where they play their best footy. But yeah, I'd St Kilda. I'm going to find it very hard to see St Kilda make the top. I saw on Saturday.
Yes, no, I tend to agree with that. But I did do my ladder predictor. They get close.
Did they get close?
They get close. They were one of the harder teams to pick wins or losses for because you just don't know.
Well, they're too bipolar.
They are a bit.
This week coming.
That was one
GMHBA
of the
said
hard ones.
based on
Fully.
casualty ward at the moment and the form they're in.
This is the best time to get them.
Absolutely.
So, like, if you
Whew, 2 weeks.
before last week, you'd probably say Geelong win that game every day of the week.
Comfortably.
But now with what we know about Geelong, injuries and all the like, it's a
Tell you
winnable
what, if
game.
the game was at Marvel,
winnable
I'll be
game.
back in St Kilda every day of the week.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
being in Geelong,
You're not
different
getting your
story.
Palmer this week, Hook, because that tip's pretty tough.
Wait and see the
Wait and
teams.
see. All right. Let's go to the next game. This was like the one that I was actually looking forward to because when you had a look at these two teams on the ladder, this game had a massive amount of importance on it.
Yep.
And I speak of GWS and Geelong. Eventually got over the line. 12 goals, 14, 86 to Geelong, 11 goals, 7, 73. You look at that and you think that GWS sort of did it comfortably, but they had to work their
Well,
butts off pretty much to get back in that last
They were
quarter.
39 points down
Yeah.
midway through the second quarter. And look, do we think, I know Geelong are in a bit of a rough patch. There's 5 losses in their last 6. But a bit like Port Adelaide, Geelong had no bench pretty much in the second half because, of course, Tanner Bruin had that nasty collision which saw him go off. Henry had a hit in the throat, so he couldn't play at all in the second half. And then, of course, Jeremy Cameron, who surprisingly pretty much played as a loose defender just to get a bit of touchback after he only had 4 possessions in the game against Brisbane the week before. That hit with Clayton Oliver, oh, my God, the impact to see that joint just completely out of its socket. Oh, that was gruesome.
Yeah, no, look, there's part of me that has no sympathy whatsoever. with Geelong. All right.
Oh, no,
But it's
I'm not upset
unfortunate.
about it. Don't get me wrong.
It's unfortunate that it's one of the game's superstars, and we like to see the game superstars shine in finals. But when it comes to Geelong, stuff them.
Is he ever? Is he done?
He's surely.
He
He needs a rest.
I think
He needs
they
a good
said-
sleep.
Did they say 6 weeks minimum?
What is it? 4 to 6, I think they said.
So that's pretty much the rest of the home and away
Rest of the
season.
home
Yeah.
and away. Are you playing him in a
I
final?
wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Oh, you would surely. I would.
He hasn't been performing that much anyway.
Yeah, it could be a bonus. In fact, I think about it this way: he hasn't been performing because of his arm with the tingles and
With the
whatever.
nerve problems.
Mm.
Well, and it was his
Who
other.
knows?
It's his other
Yeah,
arm.
other side.
Yeah.
So
This
he could have
gives-
2 surgeries, one on each arm, and be armless.
Yeah.
well, not armless, but non-functioning arms.
Gives
I wanna see
they got to
that,
step up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting enough, we talk about the ladder predictor. You know who I had finishing 10th?
GWS.
In the last wild card, GWS.
Well, look, if they play like that, they're beating Fremantle, they're beating Brisbane, they're beating Hawthorn. They're beating the top teams. They just, for some reason, have lost games like to St Kilda, like to West Coast, where you're like, how?
Smashed us
They
as
just-
well.
Smash Melbourne. They've got that much.
dark horse.
Lockie Whitfield didn't play in this game either.
Yeah,
so
true. Yeah.
the Giants, they are capable. And if you look at their last 3 seasons, they've had good runs in the final
Late in the
8, 9
seasons.
weeks.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So I think it could be another repeat of the last 3 seasons where they get on a roll, get themselves into a wild card position, and who knows, they could do danger in September.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Oh, sorry.
Who's higher, them or Foots?
I had Western Bulldogs higher.
Well, I think
If they were playing each other next round, who would you be picking?
it's where
Where?
at Marvel, Dogs, at Sydney or
Dogs
Canberra,
have been
Giants.
hit and miss at Marvel as well.
Well, they were great against West Coast.
That's
Just
right.
stuck over the line.
But West Coast always come to play.
They do. That last week.
When I say West Coast always come to play against the
Mm.
Bulldogs, they always do. Let's move on to the next game. This was a putrid game for many reasons.
Yeah, I lost my Palmer.
Yeah, that too. Carlton, 6 goals, 339 to Hawthorn, 15 goals, 13, 103. It was absolutely pissing down with rain in the first quarter.
Can I just say that's an impressive win considering the conditions?
Well, 15 goals is the impressive part. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think Hawthorn, I think they're back.
Well, I'll tell you what, I only saw limited highlights. I was at a 40 whilst this was happening. Carlton just didn't adjust to the conditions. They're trying to play drive football.
Mm.
And I would have thought
No, I agree.
in the wet, I would have thought Carlton's midfield, Cripps, Walsh, Smith, Chera, I would have thought they would have been more suited to more Hawthorn's more silky midfielders. But based on the result,
Hawthorn played a territory game. I got to say, Jack Ginnivan really played well in the wet, which he normally actually does. If you go through his career, he really does play well in the wet. He
Wet
ended
rat.
up kicking 3 goals. I think he probably gets the 3 votes out of this game, if you ask me.
yeah, Newcomb was very good as well
Yep.
with the clearances. How about Marby Charles Mark? Is that Mark of the Year?
So far,
It's bloody.
I would
good.
hope
Cozzy Pickett against Richmond. Right in front of us.
Not bad. Not bad as well.
Yeah,
It'll
he'll
be
be
a
up there.
contender.
Yep.
I think that's in the top 3. Have we had another one? To be honest, like if they're our top at the moment, I hope there's a better one.
Shy Bolton took a. He took a
That's a nice way of saying
Sean-
they weren't that good.
They were good. 8 out of 10.
Shy
9 out
Bolton
of
took
10.
one against
He
Geelong.
did. Yeah, that was
When
good.
Freo played Geelong a few weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yep.
He's been a regular Mark of the Year contender over his career. I'll tell you what, Hawthorn, this was without Battle, Watson, there was who else? Memories escape me. They've still got some good personnel to come back in this side.
They do, but is the sugar hit over with Carlton? I mean,
One loss.
you don't think so?
Let's see how they respond. That's going to be the big question now. This is the first time Josh Fraser's experienced a loss as a senior coach. Let's see how well he responds to it, because if they put up another performance like that in the big stage against your boys, then his credentials,
His tickets, he starts to lose a lot of tickets.
he
doesn't
absolutely does. So that's going to be a real good
It's-
question to see how Carlton respond.
If he gets the win, though, he gets the job, surely. I think he does. The emotions of Carlton beating Collingwood,
Well, he's still not on the shortlist, is he?
No,
isn't it?
not that I've seen.
Not he's
No.
been told. Although apparently, like everything's been kept extremely quiet around Carlton. Which
Well, yeah.
Adam Simpson came out, who's actually in the process. He said, "I'm so happy that nothing's gotten out."
I think it's
So-
good as well.
Yeah, I think
this
it's
doesn't
good
need to
too.
be. This is one of those things that doesn't need to be as public. Like
Yeah, I agree.
Essendon are all over the pages with what they're doing. So I'm. This is good. I
And
like
that's
it.
yeah, and with all the other teams going searching, especially as well as Tasmania.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it is absolutely. It's a good thing. So,
And Graham Wright knows what he's doing.
oh yeah,
And I think the thing about Graham Wright, I think he's the one GM who will not be influenced by what's happening right now.
well, the only thing is, so Graham Wright got Josh Fraser across from Collingwood.
Yep.
And he obviously backs him. And then to give him the interim role, I don't know if that was his decision or not. Probably he was part of it. He likes him.
I think he wants to go. He does like him. I think he wants to go through
An outside
the process.
Yeah. No, and so they should.
Yep.
So they should. All right, let's move.
No, we're not moving on. Let's talk about it.
What's that?
What?
Matt Stevic.
Oh,
Oh,
the 50, oh, I saw.
No, I'm with you. It was bad. It was an error.
100% it was
That
an
is the biggest brain fart of all brain farts.
I wouldn't say it's
That is a
big one.
That is a poor look for the umpires.
It's a poor look from an experienced umpire of match
And
that.
the
Correct.
guy who's umpired 12 grand finals as well.
Correct.
He's probably the best one out there.
He's the second best, in my opinion. But he's one of the best.
He's one of the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a stinker.
Yeah.
That
Absolute
is
stinker.
that's a joke. That's not. You don't even make that mistake at junior level.
No, you do. I've seen it. Don't
Oh,
worry.
Yeah, but okay, sure. But you
They
learn
do.
from it and you move on.
Yeah,
These mistakes should be happening at the
Top
highest
level.
tier
Mhm.
of Australian rules
but
football.
the umpires make mistakes all the time. This one was just blatantly obvious rather than interpretational. That it's just a mistake. Humans make mistakes. We move on.
Be better.
He's been pretty good. He's umpired 12 grand finals. That's mean he's had some pretty damn good seasons for a long time. I think we can
Give him a mulligan for
I
this
think
one
we can
off.
give this one
Mulligan.
a mulligan. He's been very
Okay.
good.
The Carlton fans were very dirty.
That's a good beat.
And the thing was, it did actually change a bit of momentum too.
Mhm.
I thought it was quite a 50-50 game, and it was in the early stage of the game, but it was still if Carlton had got their first, I think it was the first goal, wasn't it? Or
They
second?
did. McGovern got the first goal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, I won my first goal bet. For them too. But yeah, it was to in and fro in, and I think that I think it did change momentum somewhat.
Yep.
I got to agree with that.
Yep.
Which hurt them. Let's move on. Adelaide took on Gold Coast. Adelaide 19 goals, 14, 128. Gold Coast 7 goals, 7, 49. I actually didn't watch much of this
No,
game. I was
neither.
watching the Carlton game a little, but. And the commentary said it, and now everyone's been saying it ever since on all the footy shows. Something is seriously wrong at the Gold Coast.
Oh, look, we've been talking about how weak they are defensively, and it's a team that they've all got individual. They're great with the ball in their hand, and they simply don't tackle enough. They don't put enough defensive. And again, we've said this repeatedly, for a team that's got such top tier midfielders, they get smashed week in, week out. Clearances. Contested possessions. It's been the story of the year. And Adelaide, who we've been talking a lot about them of late, how they've improved their form, showing the form that made them minor last year. It was just taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, absolutely was. The effort wasn't quite there. It's really, really interesting. I heard one sort of theory this morning on another broadcast station. Mac Andrew got paid $12 million over 9 years. No, sorry. I think it's
no, you're right. It was 12
million over 9 years.
Yep.
So you've got someone like a Bailey Humphrey there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got probably a Matt Rowell who's stuck through thick and thin, probably not on that sort of money.
No.
And they're going, well, and maybe not Bailey Humphrey, but a Rowell and an Anderson, they're probably there thinking, why aren't I on that money? I mean, Mac Andrews played a couple of good games. He showed a lot of potential.
He's not done much.
It's very, very exciting, but he hasn't done much ever since really signing the contract. And they're probably thinking, well, where's my payday?
And he's bloody temperamental. Once again, he gave away a double goal for a fracas after one of the Adelaide boys kicked a goal. I wouldn't trust Mac Andrew. My life depended on it.
Well, they have. The contract is huge.
How about Taylor Walker? He kicked 5, mainly in the second half when they were just taking the piss out of the game. And then did you see him saying, "Boys, one more," because he wants to get to the 700. He was hungry for a
Good boy.
600 and 700 goal.
That's a traditional full forward.
And that's Taylor Walker.
Yeah.
We all love Tex. I just want to get back to the Gold Coast just for one more thing. Do we read into anything about Hardwick's press conference?
Oh, you beat me to it.
Okay.
I was going to say, is he too distracted?
He's a bit too distracted. He was calling the Gold Coast midfield they.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying we. He was referring to, and you have to say we. Like he's the coach.
Well, even him
our team.
saying we're out of contention when mathematically they're not.
Yeah. That's that sort of talk. What does that say? Is he throwing the challenge to the players, or is he? I mean, is he in all sorts himself?
If he's throwing the challenge to the players doing it that way, that's the wrong way to go about it.
No.
You don't put your team on blast directly to the media. That's not good for anyone.
I mean, I wouldn't, but maybe he's trying something different.
He's been pretty protective of them during this losing streak, but the press conference was complete opposite. So, and look, the only proof will be in the pudding. How they respond against the Bulldogs at home this weekend coming, I think it will either be justified for the way he spoke in that press conference, or like you mentioned, and like a lot of people think, there's serious problems within the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we move on. West Coast, Western Bulldogs, 13 goals, 886 to West Coast, 9 goals, 1670. I attended this one. I watched the first quarter and I thought to myself, my God, what have I got myself in for here for another 3 quarters of this? I ended up watching during the first quarter the World Cup on my phone because I'm like, this is a shocking game. It got better after really actually turned up to play.
They're a good side, West Coast.
I
think Andrew McQuarrie is doing a really, really good job. And not only drafted pick, we talked last week about their mid-season recruits like Franku and Herbert. They're just blended in very, very nicely.
And one thing I noticed that they are well and truly a young side, but their bodies are actually quite big.
Oh yeah, like
they can contest against a mature team like the Bulldogs. So that's where they maybe are fast tracking their progression this year.
And Harley Reid now is a bona fide midfielder. He can play 4 quarters of midfield.
He actually gets the 3 votes in that game for me.
Over Bond?
Yes, over Bond.
Because Bond had some big moments that really mattered.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think he was great, amazingly great the whole game.
Harley Reid, 1 goal, 3, 27 disposals. Bond, 2 goals, 1, 25 disposals.
How many clearances did Harley Reid get?
Harley Reid.
Six clearances, I think.
Bond had 12.
12.
Harley Reid had 9.
So you could
You'd split it.
split it. Yeah.
Okay. 12. Maybe that came on the last.
It was
one, but
interesting.
anyway.
Did you hear Beveridge's press conference saying, they had pretty much played all the players they picked up in the draft 2 years ago, and we want to spread the load. The funny thing is, once again, it was the three leaders who had to step up for the Dogs to win this game: Bont, Richards, Norton.
And Richards, like for me, I actually rate Richards' game better than the Bond.
28 disposals.
Norton.
Bond
He was
had,
very good.
Bond had 8 tackles as well.
Oh, the Dogs did what they
Maybe
had.
I'm underrating what Bont did, but
The-
the eye test
Yeah.
for me, it was Harley Reid,
I think
Ed Richards, Bont.
you're probably concerned about the Bont Dacos.
Yeah, I think so
No,
as well.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely- no, no, no.
I'm on board with that one.
Yeah.
Harley Reid deserved the 3 votes.
Well,
in
Harley
that
was
game.
bloody good. Don't get me wrong, but the Dogs, it wasn't an impressive performance. They got to
No.
perform a lot better than that if they're going to go any higher than the wild card positions.
Tend to agree with that. All right, let's get to your game, Sammy. Rich and Hookie. Well, I mean, you're a bit of a VFL side now at the moment.
Oh, we nearly beat you boys and 5
Anyway.
goals. Anyway, move on. A stupid comment, but
Melbourne, 16 goals, 1,511 to Richmond, 9 goals, 1165. Good boys, you take it away.
Sammy, it was your game apparently, so you talk about it.
You know what? This is really embarrassing. I didn't watch it live, and B, haven't caught up on it. I know a bit about it, but so Andrew Hook,
You were
take
there
it away.
live. Come on.
Yeah, I was there. No, look, Melbourne, despite
Did you leave early?
No, I didn't leave
No,
early.
okay.
No,
no, tell me what. Tell everyone what you said to me before we went on air.
I wanted to leave early because it was bloody cold and it was wet.
Me
But Melbourne,
and my wife were commenting on because we went to the footy on Sunday.
Yeah,
You went to
under
the
the
footy on
roof,
Sunday. And it was
sock off,
extremely
yeah.
cold.
Yep.
Free ticket's a free ticket. Right? But we were commenting how cold it was, and we were just like, Hookie's not even going to be wearing pants.
no, all
You're in
pants.
shorts,
Fully
fully
pants,
pants?
scarf, beanie, everything. It was that.
Oh, so you
cold.
had a beanie.
Had the beanie. It was freezing.
Okay.
Mate.
How about you wore this jacket, didn't you?
No, I wore my Richmond jacket.
Okay.
It's
What
Richmond.
did you go to Richmond?
Got a
Warm?
Richmond jacket. It's
This is the one that we got you for your
Yeah,
birthday.
not that one, but I've been wearing that around the house.
So you were warm.
I was
We
warm.
were we were thinking of you.
no,
and
no,
how cold
I was
Hookie could
okay.
be.
I was all
We're
right.
like, the fool wouldn't even be wearing pants.
No,
But you were. All right.
But I said to Sam, I probably would have left. They're a sexy team to watch, and they made the wet weather a non-factor. At least 4. I'd say it was Richmond's lack of pressure, being a young team, but there was 4 goals I could count where Melbourne went from coast to coast without Richmond even getting near them. They play some really good football. Jacob Van Ruin, I know you've been harsh on him, Sam, over the years, but he's now kicked.
He's made it.
He's kicked
He has.
He's
He's,
made it.
he's
He's
there.
there.
He's there now.
2 bags of 5 or kicked 6 on Sunday. He
Yep.
was really, really good. Max Gorn did Max Gorn things. He won the battle with Nate
Nank.
the Tank. But it's funny. I was going through that Melbourne team, and you look at the names. Yes, they've still got quite a few premiership stars from 2021, but there's a lot of players that if they walked past me, I wouldn't even recognise them.
Matt Jefferson,
Matt Jefferson being
Joel
one.
Fitzgerald.
He had a really good game.
He played very well.
31
very,
touches.
very well.
He's been in my fantasy.
He was very, very good. But there's a lot of players in that Melbourne team who are very unheralded. But under this system, under Stephen King, the enjoyment's there, and Melbourne are playing like a bloody good team.
I'm so happy as a Melbourne supporter. I'm so I'm just happy.
Here's the thing that I guess Essendon, Carlton, and Tasmania, put them in the same boat, should look at. Because Melbourne went through a process.
Yep.
Nathan Buckley was part of that process, and a
Yep.
few other guys, and they went through the proper process, and they found who they wanted.
It's just good to see that everyone in the club's on board and doing everything the way it's supposed to be done in conjunction with everyone else. There's no segregation. There's no issues at the board level. There's
Well, you
no-
still don't have a home base.
is that really that big of an issue though?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
For
Oh.
long-term success, probably.
Long term,
but
sure.
not in the short term.
Not right
no.
now.
Yeah, you pricks taking Waverley from us. But yeah, okay, sure. There's that one thing. But like, as far as the personnel go, there's no issues. The whole legal issues with Stephen May and his partner,
That's
that's all.
been-
That's all
that's gone.
been
Mhm.
hands wiped. That's all sorted
Yeah.
out. So it's good. There's progress,
No, they're doing
and,
very well.
and
indeed.
it's showing.
You know where I had them finishing on my ladder predictor? Take a guess.
7th.
Nah, 6th. I had them
So they're
6th.
in, they're in the
Good.
So
finals.
they're in,
No
yeah.
wild card.
They're in the- no
I
wild card.
said to you boys before we went live, I'm comfortable with top 6. Top 4 is the aim now.
But there's a few games that if they don't, like, I think you go
Yeah.
in as slight favourites.
Geelong, I think, is one of
We've
them.
got Geelong
Bulldogs.
Friday week. Bulldogs in the last game. That's
Yeah.
the MCG.
Have you got
Yes.
Collingwood again?
We've got Collingwood
That's why I
again.
gave you the win
We've
because
got-
it's at the G.
Yeah,
but-
we got North this week, then Geelong,
Ooh.
then
Do you actually
Freo.
have us? I thought I went looking through and I don't think we
No,
do.
I think we do actually. No,
No.
we've got
Because
North.
I went looking through thinking
Yeah.
we got you in the last round, but we actually don't.
No,
We
we've
got
got.
Brisbane the last round.
Yeah, we do.
Oh no.
Oh, you want that game to be a win to stay in, lose you're out.
No, it's not. I flicked that game to and fro and we stay in. But I think we can go 8th or 9th.
Sorry, Sammy. This is
Sorry,
Melbourne. This is Melbourne corner. Keep going, mate. Keep going.
We got North, then we got Geelong, then we got Freo.
And that's at the G.
That's at the G.
And that'll be a great test. That's
That
Yeah.
was one that
Frio's.
you could.
Yeah.
See,
That's a
yeah.
50-50. We got Bulldogs again in the last
Round.
rounds.
Well, I think I put you down for a loss against Freo.
Sure. They haven't lost at the G.
No, I know. I put it
Mm.
down there. You got to go on what Fremantle
Have
are producing.
Fremantle played at the G this year.
Don't know. They
Don't
normally
think-
play against you, don't they? You normally get that game.
Yeah, but no, we're not.
No,
we haven't
you didn't
played
get
them.
that one?
No. No.
Did they play against? No, we played them over there. Almost beat them too. In fact.
That'd be a good test. But no, Melbourne very good. Richmond, I'll tell you what, I was disappointed. Once again, Adam Uze's coaching style was just kick down the line, there was no transfer of the play. After two very good weeks against Carlton and Collingwood, some of the bad habits came back.
The talk starting.
Oh, it
isn't it?
is. Well, it's
It
only
is.
9 wins in 3 years.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I don't
I
think
know
it's
there's
fair
I
either.
know there's lots of injuries, and I get that. And thank God we sacked when we talked about last week. They sacked the high
Yeah.
performance manager, but
Well, that's it. If they're in the position that they're in right now, next year,
gone.
he's probably gone.
Oh well, the likes of Hinkley and Longmire are still available. Absolutely.
Yeah, tend to agree with that. All right, let's move on. We had a Brisbane take on Essendon. This was you were scared to
This is-
watch it. You were really scared to watch it, weren't you? But yeah, it was like a horror movie. You can't look away.
It was like Conor McGregor's attempt to come back. This is how bad it
Yeah,
was.
We went. Yeah, tell
I'm
me
not going to
about
talk
it.
about 69 seconds. But yeah, look, Essendon pathetic. Absolutely
20
pathetic.
goal, 22-17, 149 to Essendon. 8 goals,
One goal. in
one
three
goal
quarters.
in 3 quarters. 1 goals all in the last when Brisbane had pretty much given up.
That-
Well, not
Queuing
giving
the
up.
They
Yeah, queuing the rack.
they just like this is the like. Can they get worse?
This has to be. This has
I
to be
mean, they can because you think about what could possibly go out of that.
Merritt,
Give
Ridley.
it, yeah.
Redmond. I mean,
I saw that Redmond might leave.
there is
Yeah.
talk.
Well, Nat Caddy he signed on. That's a
Well, he
po-
did
that
sign
is
on.
a
It's a
positive.
Yeah.
the thing, I heard the commentary around Caddy, and it's like, what is like good on him for signing him, but what does he see?
Yeah.
Well, he's only.
Well, he probably sees
but
dollar signs. and he'd probably
how long
one
was
of
the
the
deal
other
though?
ones. It's only 2 years, I think.
So that's actually smart.
Takes him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see how they're going.
If there's any progress, and then he can make his next career move. But Brisbane, look, they brought back Zorko, they brought back McCluggage. They're just a very well-oiled machine.
That's such a rude move to make.
To put those two back for
Yeah,
Essendon.
yeah,
That's fair. But I tell you what, their forward line, when they've won their premierships, their forward line's been so multifaceted that anyone can kick multiple goals. And if you go through the goal kickers,
Kyle Lohman with 3, Will Ashcroft with 3, Morris with 2, Lockie,
Cameron too.
yeah, Cameron
Hipwood
2,
too.
yeah,
Levi Ashcroft,
Draper against his old side 2.
and he kicked another ripping goal where he balked past 2 players, and it was a bit of an up yours to the old team. No, it's pretty dominating.
I was just thinking through Caddy re-signing. I guess you want to sign where you are going to play your best football. You yourself play your best football, and that I mean he's been producing at Essendon.
if he gets enough supply, Caddy, he could be a 50 goal plus
Mm.
in the next year, next
Well,
2
what's he
years.
He'd be surely he'd be up around the 40s.
No,
30s.
Caddy.
No way.
No way.
The
Yeah.
team's not above that.
I reckon
Well,
he'd be,
he
he'd
kicks
be
his
20,
2-3 every year,
25
every
to
week,
30.
maybe. Do we know?
Can you check that, please? How many
I'm
goals
working on it,
he's
I'm
on
working
it,
on it.
Sammy? But look, Brisbane,
Brisbane.
they are peaking at the right time, like they normally
They
do.
normally do.
Oh,
yeah.
what's that? That's 4 wins in the trot, and they're gonna
I can get it up.
be playing a lot better opposition than Essendon.
Brisbane have had 4 wins with the bye interrupting in between. So,
They're going from strength to strength. They've still got Oscar Allen to come back, possibly Kitty Coleman. Yeah, it's a
So
scary,
you're
scary
maybe
proposition.
thinking Fremantle, Brisbane grand final.
I think
is
Brisbane,
yours, what
Brisbane
your-
are ahead of Sydney right now.
I think Sydney play finals football though. The way that they can move the ball.
They do, but I think their contested work's a bit, as Dan Cox said, a bit
Mm.
patchy. I think if teams,
I'm not saying that Brisbane shouldn't make finals either, like a grand final either. I'm just saying Sydney, just watch.
they're capable, but
They're capable.
I would trust Brisbane in a big game. Is delivered
32 goals.
32. Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, not
That's
bad.
all right.
For,
an
playing
average
for a
team.
team playing for the bottom team. That's actually not bad at all.
All right, we go to Thursday night's game this week at Geelong and St Kilda. Let's get
Geelong.
some tips, boys.
Geelong.
Well,
Uh,
hang on. Really, that simple?
At
Yeah.
GMHBA,
Yeah. Geelong are due for a really bad loss.
wait, Geelong.
Sorry, St
St
Kilda.
Kilda.
I'm going St Kilda.
Oh, okay, you do that.
Okay,
Pete.
this is as you like to say. This will be a page shooter for St Kilda if they get the win.
I agree. And with the way that Geelong is like
Playing their personnel.
personnel,
Mm. I'm not saying it's a bad tip, but just at GMHBA, I just can't go past Geelong. Surely Geelong have to respond eventually.
I'm going Saints.
Because in that
That's wild.
five losses they've had in the
Whether
last
good-
6,
Whether bad, I
Bad.
would go Geelong.
Good.
Good.
Good. I know the weekend.
have any of their losses in this bad patch of form been at GMHBA?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, didn't they lose there
Freo?
2 weeks ago?
Freo?
Well, that was in Perth.
No, who they lose to?
They beat Sydney. That was the one game
That's
they
right.
did win in this.
No, they got
six-game streak.
smashed. Was it? Oh, Hawthorn.
Hang on, let me get it up.
Hawthorn.
Oh man.
Last week.
Nah, it was a couple of weeks back.
obviously, Um,
Well, they lost to
how can I get
Fremantle.
this
Or was
up
it
quickly?
Adelaide?
Oh, here we go.
Well, they lost
Hang on,
Brisbane.
hang on.
But that was a Brisbane. That was a
Okay,
quality
so
game.
Here we go. Hang on.
So they have lost to
No.
GMHBA.
All right.
Take it back.
They did lose to Brisbane.
Yeah,
and
GMHBA.
they smashed the Suns. They lost to Adelaide over there.
Yep.
Lost to Carlton at the
MCG,
MCG,
and that was a close game.
and they beat Sydney at GMHBA.
Okay, so
Couple.
they've lost to Brisbane, but that game was a high quality game. And that's the game where they conceded the first 8 goals as well.
Okay, now that you made me do that, I've got to go clear it to get the tips up.
Sammy,
for
he's got the game.
next
You got
Syd-
games
Sydney
up.
and Adelaide
Ooh.
on Friday night
If Adelaide
I've got-
are a top 4 side, they should push Sydney
At-
right down to the
at
wire.
the SCG.
Oh, well, Sydney.
Sydney.
I'm
Mate,
going Adelaide.
I think Adelaide are capable. Yep.
I'm going Adelaide.
Next one.
I think they're capable. I'm going to go. You go, Sammy.
Port and Freo.
Freo, sorry.
Paul
Ad-
give-
Ad- Adelaide Oval.
Paul give them a good run, but no, Freo.
Freo.
Yep.
The Kangas versus the D's.
Marvel Stadium throws a little spanner in the works.
Hey, after Melbourne went to Tassie and did what they did,
True.
there's no more they can't win outside the MCG.
But they
Melbourne.
really hate Marvel.
They do. And well, North, unfortunately for you, Pete, they haven't got that win in this 3-week
No.
block.
Competitive
the pages are still stuck
Competitive.
together
against a very good Nick Dacos.
for one quarter.
An average Collingwood side. So
A very good Nick Dacos.
shut up.
D's.
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 But North did smack Melbourne last year at the Marvel Stadium very easily. But
Yeah, that was
last
we
year.
didn't talk about Melbourne before this year,
pre-kicking.
unless it's 21.
Off topic.
Anyway,
Move on.
Collingwood Carlton Saturday night.
All dependent on the Billy Frampton case.
Really?
He's so important.
He's very important.
He is our backline. We got nothing else.
That's very true.
Puncher,
true.
was,
Well,
punch has been
that's
okay.
what a great for a defender.
Oh, I know,
puncher.
tell me.
Uh,
And he does punch.
Collingwood.
Like that's the thing. It's like his one wood is
Collingwood.
Record crowd Carlton win.
Oh,
record. Yeah, yeah.
The
it
Blues-
fits, yeah,
the Blues-
better, yeah.
they all win against Collingwood because the last couple they've lost in very narrow circumstances. Of course, they had the shot on the siren to draw the game.
Yeah,
The young-
that's right.
Taylor Byrne, and you missed. So Carlton are due to win
It's
against
happened a couple of
Collingwood.
times over the last couple of years.
It
too.
has.
McGovern, I think, had a shot.
Try as
Mhm.
well, and he missed. So Carlton are due for a win against Collingwood, but I reckon the fairy tale of Josh Fraser just slowly,
The sugar hit's gone.
yeah,
Mm.
to Collingwood.
West Coast Brisbane
Brisbane.
at Optus.
Yeah,
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Richmond and Hawthorn at the G.
Hawthorn.
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 Bulldogs and Gold Coast at,
Where?
at People First.
It's up there.
Well, look,
This could be a Gold Coast win.
Well, it's all about the response, isn't it?
yeah.
And does Dimmer get it? It's all about the first quarter.
You know what?
I'm going to say whoever wins the first quarter wins the match.
I don't have trust.
if only we could tip that.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of trust with either side.
Neither.
But after
No.
a 7-game losing streak, how could you possibly back Gold Coast?
Is English back in?
We don't
Don't
know
know.
that.
We don't
Not
know
even
yet.
announced teams.
Yeah, I know, but are we?
Well, it was a late
nothing-
withdrawal.
Yeah.
So,
So
maybe it's
how
not
bad?
as serious of an injury.
And and
English plays Bulldogs. If he doesn't, Gold Coast.
yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
GWS at Marvel. Who cares? GWS.
GWS. All right, fellas, let's turn a page ourselves. And let's go to the World
You tool.
Cup. We've got a ripping game tomorrow morning. It's probably worthy of the final, to be honest.
What time's it
France
start?
take on
5 a.m.?
Spain at
Oh,
5
that's
a.m. in the morning.
So tempting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not even like it's. You
Yeah,
have to
Claudia,
watch
if you watched, I'm getting up early.
it. Yeah, you got to watch it. You got to watch it.
Both-
Look, France win for me.
Well, you've
Jeez.
changed
Yeah,
your
I'm
tune.
Yeah.
You've been saying Spain.
I've been
All
Spain the
tournament.
whole way along, and
Well, Spain have a good record against France.
Mhm.
Spain beat France in the Euros. They beat them in a Europa Nations game last year as well. And look, both these teams have done very well. I think France have been the more consistent throughout the whole tournament. I think Spain, well, their last 2 games, they've had to win in pretty much the last minute of normal time. They had the 1-0 win over Portugal. They beat Belgium 2-1 thanks to a late goal to Mikel Merino. But I've been saying all tournament, I think France have the most depth and talent.
Mhm.
They've done nothing wrong throughout this whole tournament. They were very, very impressive against Morocco. I think they could have won that game more than 2-0 than what the scoreline suggested. But look, this is worthy of a World Cup final. In fact, both semi-finals.
They are.
whoever wins this match wins the World Cup.
You reckon?
I think so.
Yes, I think so.
I think Argentina's going to give him a good nudge.
Well,
yeah,
whoever
well,
they-
if they keep getting help from the refs.
that's true. They've had a good run.
They've
the
had a
referees.
very good run.
But it's funny, as Australians, we love the underdog tag. But in this tournament, we've got the top 4
Yeah.
ranked teams according to the FIFA World Rankings.
And like having that, like I've been thinking through the tournament. It's been a ripping World Cup.
It has been.
It's been the
awesome.
best that I've ever seen, and really only been paying attention since 2006, so I can't comment
Like most
before that.
Australians.
Yeah, that's right. But it's been a ripping World Cup. We had the most sides participate ever.
Yep.
And we had some ripping games through it, and
And
had some
goals.
minnows get some wins
Yep.
along the way. I loved the 2018 World Cup.
Well, there's even talk
Talk
they
there's
might go to
60,
64.
Yeah, 64.
Oh boy.
They have 16.
I never got that in me.
well, the thing is that if you go to the 64 and only the top 2 make it through, you still actually have the same amount of teams making it through to the next round.
Yeah,
Because we had
true.
it through.
And to be honest, for
third
teams
finishes.
to qualify for the elimination stages, finishing
third.
third, it's
Well,
nice.
sometimes there is an unlucky third.
Yeah, very
every now and
true.
again.
But
If we go to the 64, Italy might make it.
I'm not sure about that because I would say the Europe
I don't
Conference
think,
probably
I
the
don't think we
hardest.
can go home now. So
But look, I'm tipping France, but Spain have certainly got the talent and the capabilities of knocking them off. They've got to stop Mbappe. He's obviously the number 1 threat. But like I said, France is more than just Mbappe. They've got
They're
Dembele,
stacked. Oh, yes,
they've got Barcola, they've got Cherky on the bench, Kone. It's a team that's very, very good.
And Hookie, you probably won't get any sleep on Wednesday night going into Thursday morning.
No.
England taking on Argentina.
Yes, so I'll be at the
Where
pub.
are you actually?
I've already booked my spot
Nice.
at the Great Northern Hotel. And I said to my
What-
colleagues,
I've always I was just wondering, like, you obviously can't have a beer. It's a work day.
Well, according to our friend here, he had his free Palmer last night, which includes a pot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just watch it from the comfort of your own home? Nice.
You want the
warm?
atmosphere.
It'll be sick
It'll be
atmosphere.
absolutely rocking at the Great Northern Hotel in the beer garden.
There we go, people out there. If you want to hang out with Andrew Hook for England and Argentina,
Argentina.
he will be there by himself. So just look for your name on the table.
That's
He'll
as
be
simple
there.
as that.
Yeah,
He'll be there.
Sit next to him.
I might get up for that one as well.
Oh, look, this is gonna be a big game. Look, both these sides.
No, this is for me. This one,
They're both good games.
but I don't know. This one has a bit more of like an edge to it because England.
Yeah.
There's all that heartbreak that's happened over the years,
And this is a rivalry too. This is Argentina. England.
There's the Messi factor. There's a bit more.
Nice.
There's some more stories in this.
Well,
one.
Messi's never played England. It's
okay.
remarkable to think in 20 years of international football, he's never played against
so
England.
not just in a World Cup ever.
in the free nothing.
Wow.
So look, both teams have had their struggle in this knockout stage period. Argentina were in the games against Egypt, Cape Verde, and Switzerland, which Switzerland were on top before they had a man sent off, and then of course Argentina scored 2 goals in extra time, and then England. They looked going to get knocked out. Jude Bellingham has just had an unbelievable
Yeah, he's played
tournament.
well.
Scored another double. The first player since Maradona himself to score braces in consecutive knockout games.
Haaland in that game was an absolute spud.
He was cool.
He played
Didn't-
horribly.
Didn't do much.
He didn't do much. He got subbed off. And
Yeah.
when Norway were chasing an
Yeah.
equaliser, they subbed him off. That's how cooked he
Paulie
was.
going. Did you see the ball hit the
I was
Spider
about, I was about to
Wow.
ask how we feel about that.
Well, letter of the law, it's a dead ball.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
But FIFA,
3 bounces and
whoever has possession, they kick
Yeah,
it off
okay,
at that
yeah,
point. But FIFA, according to them in their snicko, apparently
didn't hit it?
nothing came up. So that's
Yeah,
why
okay.
nothing got the play didn't stop.
but we all know how corrupt FIFA are.
Yeah.
We all know.
The number of documentaries that are out there.
Oh, God.
Argentina, I've heard.
So what do we like? France and Argentina for me are going to be playing off in the World Cup final.
Yeah, I second
Sorry
that.
to say that, Hookie. Brain and heart. Give us a
well-
brain and heart.
Argentina, when it's a bit like Real Madrid in Champions League, they just win.
Yeah.
Argentina in World Cups somehow managed to get win. They haven't been in their best form throughout this whole tournament. Messi, of course, been a big factor, even though he didn't have a big game against Switzerland. So my head says Argentina. Obviously, the heart says England, but let's hope it's a great semi-final because these two teams, like I said, there's a heated rivalry over many, many years. Let's hope it lives up to the billing of a cracking semi-final.
Absolutely. All right. And we move on to another grand final. The State of Origin was Wednesday night. The Maroons at 12 points to the New South Wales Blues, taking out the State of Origin pretty much by playing only one good game. Let's be honest. They played one good game, and it was this one, and it came at the right time. They didn't deserve to win that game.
No.
I'm Blues supporters. They didn't deserve to win that game, and they don't if
Killian Ponga didn't get sent
didn't
off.
get sent off.
Yep.
Ponga, of course. Game 2 at the MCG got
Got
absolutely pumped.
Second half in particular.
And they came out to play in this one, all off the back, I think, of Nathan Cleary, to be honest.
Well, he was very, very
He was
good.
good.
He didn't get the player of the match, funnily enough.
Didn't he?
Bradman
Okay.
Best, who,
Oh, yes, he was very
and
good.
let's be honest, the changes that Laurie Daly made, it's the 6 changes, which a lot of people questioned, all 6 players had a
Played
big
quite
impact.
well. Yeah.
Best was unbelievable in the centers.
Yeah.
Stephen Crichton, who came back after missing game 2, he was very, very good.
Yeah.
They changed the wingers. Brian Tuhor, who's been an absolute stalwart for New South Wales, and of course Penrith.
Yeah.
They took him out and gave Bostock a debut jumper, and he played quite well as well.
Martin, my boy, he played pretty
Yeah,
well.
Luke Martin was in the forward pack. So everything that Laurie Daly did to change up the disaster of game 2 at the MCG to game 3 worked. And Queensland, who normally thrive when they're the underdogs, they looked like a team that actually couldn't cope with the favoritism. The amount of errors, particularly in that first half, was quite extraordinary. Like even Cameron Muster, he probably had one of his worst games,
Yeah.
the Queensland jump up.
How, like, as a neutral supporter, or as you two are, how do you feel about this Origin result? Obviously, I was happy, but do you feel like there's a slight injustice? Because Maroons probably played so well for 2 games.
They're probably the better side over the 3 games,
games,
in
that's right,
total.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. And of course, the Melbourne Storm connection with Billy Slater. You feel a bit sorry for him. That might be his last game as a Queensland coach, with all the rumours going around about
He
his
steps into
future.
the Melbourne Storm.
Melbourne
gig.
Storm gig, and there's other teams
Yes,
chasing him
yeah,
up as
true.
well. So I feel for Billy. Look, Queensland had their chances though. Like as dominant New South Wales were, let's not forget, Queensland missed all their conversions.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that final try, the controversial try where they award.
And the NRL did come out and
And
say
they said it was
it
the wrong
was a
decision.
mistake.
Jack
Yeah.
Bostock did touch the ball,
Yeah.
so it should have been a knock on. And Queensland would have
But
had
what a
the
great
ball.
try.
Oh, Bradman Best ran the whole field and scored the
Just
winner.
as Sammy
just
left
as we
the Sports
bailed.
Globe.
Yeah.
Did you hear the Sports Globe go off when
Nah,
that was
we were
on?
in the car by then.
And I tell you what, it was a great atmosphere.
I was about to
was,
say
it was.
the vibe at the Plenty Valley Sporting Club was unbelievable. I
very good.
thoroughly enjoyed myself,
Yeah,
especially when
yeah.
Guinness was $10 a pint.
And and like I'm not like I hate actually going to the Sports Globe to watch a lot of my or sport that I'm really want to focus on. But I was with you. The atmosphere added to it, and
It was very
it was
good.
very good.
Thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yes, Sports Globe sponsor.
Well done.
Can you imagine?
That'd be great.
But I tell you what, talking about Cameron Munster,
Hit him up.
go Sammy. You got the gift of the gab. Melbourne Storm season-saving win on Sunday night against the Titans, and look, it was 22-18 in the end. But the Storm were 18-6 up, and the Titans, let's be honest, they're a young team on the rise. Melbourne Storm in the past would have absolutely demoralised the Titans, having opened up a 12-point lead. They hung on right at the end.
Yeah, right at the end.
I'll tell you, I'm not that confident with the Storm making the finals. Cameron Munster's out with a knee cartilage injury. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you go through the Storm's draw, they've only got 2 more home games this year. And all the teams other than the Brisbane Broncos, who they play at Suncorp Stadium, all the teams they do play are above them on the ladder, including the Sharks, the Roosters, the Panthers.
When you look at all of them, though, 2 out of the 3 are winnable.
Well, I tell you what, seeing the Sharks demoralise the Dolphins the way they did, 66 to nothing.
Mulligan for the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, and Mulligan. They did have all their Origin players out. The Storm making the finals because, like I said, the Storm and the pumped the Titans. So for them to having to really struggle and hang on by the edge of their teeth, I'm not that confident.
It was one of the first Storm games I got to sit down and really, really watch very closely, and we rely heavily on the Hughes, the Munsters, and all
Harry
that.
Grant.
But I do like what I'm seeing coming through. And Farlogo, I don't know, do we say he's a developing player or already made it player?
From his form this season, I think
He's
he's
already
made
made
it.
it.
He's established.
Okay. But I think his best rugby's ahead of him.
Oh, 100%. He's still a young man.
So I like what we see, and this could be just the season that we need to just rebuild again. We've seen it a couple of times over the Bellamy era. So I'm quietly confident that if we have a bad season this one, it won't be.
It won't be a
very long.
disaster. We missed the finals.
Warriors beat the Tigers.
No surprise.
No
See the second
surprise.
Warriors.
We already talked about the Sharks and Dolphins. The scoreline's a surprise.
And Nico Hines, 32 points on his own, 2 tries, 11 conversions.
Raiders over the Bulldogs.
Keeps Canberra's final hopes alive. The Bulldogs just bipolar this season.
Roosters over the Eels, 28-12.
No surprise.
Yeah, that's
See
just
what that to do.
continue
Even
on.
without their Origin players.
Rabbitohs and the Knights by 2 points.
This
I
is
tipped this one.
I didn't tip. Well, I got
I
this
know you
one
didn't.
wrong.
That's why I brought it up.
Tell you what, the Rabbitohs, well, they had no Latrell Mitchell, no Cody Walker, yet they still beat a Newcastle team and have been very, very good
Been
this
without
season.
Latrell for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, true. But, if the Rabbitohs can somehow get their best team on the park when it really matters come finals, I think they can do damage.
Sea Eagles and the Cowboys. Cowboys won by 1 point. In that one.
Yeah, as Manly, you talk about the Josh Fraser sugar hit just fading off. Well, Manly lost 3 of their last 4, and all of a sudden they're not the guarantee of a final spot, which we thought a month ago.
All right. That's it with the NRL. Let's move on to Wimbledon, fellas. And we had the men's final on Sunday night. We had the women's final on Saturday night. Do we want to talk about the boys' final, though, first?
Please.
Cruz Stewart,
Because
Why would we not?
It was probably our biggest point of interest. Cruz Stewart made it through to the boys' finals. He beat a couple of seeded players on the way,
4. He beat 4 seeded
yeah.
players. It was a bloody good run.
which he wasn't seeded himself.
Nope.
But that's because he doesn't play the juniors
No.
as much as some of these other guys
Yes.
do. So he sometimes is actually involved in the main draw. As at the Australian Open he is. And
Wait, main draw and he didn't play in the men's
no, he didn't
draw.
play in the men's draw in Wimbledon, but he has played men's draw in Australian Open.
No, he hasn't.
Hasn't played men's
I
draw?
thought he did this year.
I thought,
I don't think Cruz Stewart's he's not old enough.
he's 19, isn't he?
17.
No, he's
Cruz
mate,
Stewart's
he's
17.
he's
I thought
17.
he
I
was-
don't think Cruz Stewart's played in the main draw of the Australian Open.
I'm going to check that. Anyway, either way, he doesn't play as much tournament. He's made it through. Thoughts on the game? I watched most of it.
I didn't watch any of it.
I saw parts of the end. I was trying to fall asleep, but couldn't keep my eyes off it. For me, he came out. He absolutely dominated.
4 love up like that.
It was 5-1 up, and then he
Mhm.
struggled. Lee did come back. He was playing some good shots to get back in that game. He ended up winning the first set, but struggled to
Hewitt,
get
6-4.
to get the win in the first set. He went on to lose the last. We all used to think about his dad as someone who had this mental ability to pull himself out of any situation.
Yep.
From what I saw of Cruz, he doesn't have that.
He's 17.
I'm just saying he doesn't have it. Lee had it more than him.
How old's Lee?
16.
16.
Well, I tell you
Oh,
what,
shit.
well,
He had it,
Lee,
he did.
well, Lee, this was the surprise about this result. To get into the junior tournament,
Yeah.
he only beat 1 seed throughout this whole run. So all the stats and how both players got to the final, you would have thought Cruz Stewart would have won this game comfortably. And like you mentioned, Pete, the first set he was dominating, but yeah, to young Lee's credit, the 2 sets he was the better player and ends up with a Wimbledon's junior title. So commiserations to Cruz, but he had, of course, the Federer twins to console him, so that can't upset him too much. And I tell you what, if somehow, a bit like Agassi and Graf, they got married and had kids.
I know what you're going to say.
Unfortunately, they haven't become tennis players. But if Cruz and one of the daughters of Roger Federer get together, make super babies. Think about it. Think about the talent. That is in them.
talent.
Would he play for? Would they play for Australia? though?
Maybe the mental.
Or Switzerland's.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Surely you'd follow in the goat's footsteps.
So
Yes, I said
Leighton's-
goat. Oh, shut up,
Leighton's.
Over Roger. Come on, come on,
Mate.
Come on.
Hey, that Davis Cup, he beat him.
Oh, that's 2001.
Oh,
yeah. Well, that was a making of Roger
Yeah,
Federer
I
because
know.
after that he won every
So
major.
Leighton Hewitt made Roger Federer who he is today. So
I think Nike made Roger Federer who he is today.
yeah.
But yeah, good run. Well done, Cruz.
I'm gonna say maybe the mental capacity of being mentally strong skips a generation.
Maybe he's
Okay.
only 70. He's got plenty of time
Give
to
him
get it.
time, Pete.
I just
Mate.
he didn't quite have that. The panic came over
the
the
This is
shoulder,
his
face.
the
first-
shoulders slumped.
He started
Is
arguing
this-
a little bit with the umpire.
So he's like his dad.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Leighton Hewitt, he blew his top a few times, more than a few times.
Yeah.
The infamous James
But he
Blake
didn't-
incident.
He always
2001.
looked confident.
Yeah, he did. Leighton, yeah,
He was
Leighton,
like, I could win from any
Leighton had an inner
situation.
confidence about him right from the get go, where Cruz didn't really show that when the
He didn't
pressure
show
got
that.
on.
He's
But
17.
he's
It's the first
17.
time we've watched him.
Is this his first junior final?
Yes.
Yes.
Mate,
Um,
give him a chance.
we'll talk about the
Let's
men's.
go- are we going to
We'll
men's
do
first?
first.
Mm.
Yannick Sinner, back-to-back Wimbledon titles, beating Alexander
Did we
Zverev
need to
in
play
4
the tournament?
sets.
No.
Well, look, Sinner hasn't won a Grand Slam before. Well, it's Grand Slam this year because he had the disastrous
Yeah.
French Open where he got knocked out in the second round due to the heat, where the heat couldn't deal with it.
Mhm.
Lost in the semi-final of the Australian Open where Djokovic knocked him off. And of course, I must admit, the semi-final performance against Djokovic was probably better than what he performed on Sunday night because that semi-final win against Djokovic, he didn't concede a break point till late in the third set. He was flawless. But in this match, to Zverev's credit, obviously having won a
He
Grand
pushed
Slam
him
now,
in the first 2 sets.
well, Zverev won the first set, and Zverev played like a player who didn't have that big burden of not winning a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Having won the French Open only a couple of months ago, he played with freedom, but 9 against Zverev, all the doubts, all the accusations of Zverev being mentally weak came to the fore, and Sinner played. The longer the match went, the better that Sinner played, and that's 5 Grand Slam titles for a man who's only 23, 24.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Without
comprehensive.
Alcaraz in the tournament, there was no
And-
point in playing a tournament.
you can't say
There
that.
there was no point.
Well, he didn't win the French Open with Alcaraz not there.
All right. Without the heat of the French Open and
You go
Alcaraz
through-
in the tournament, Sinner wins hands down
Really?
every single time.
He's very good.
All right, the women's singles hooky.
Well, I'll tell you what, Linda Noskova.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
pronounce that one.
no,
And then the next one, I'll help you out if you need it.
Go. Well, how do you pronounce it?
It's Muchkova.
It's Mushkova.
Yeah.
That's correct. But of course, tell you what,
He palmed that off. I was waiting for you to pronounce it.
it's
man.
not
You
Carolina.
got me.
It's not Carolina.
He got
It's
me.
Carolina, just to be the first name.
Rightio.
But I tell you, we talk about Australian tennis and how it's not developing. How about bloody Czech tennis? To have
Yeah.
2 women in the final.
Mm.
They've had now the
9th and 10th seeds.
9th and 10th seeds. They've won 3 of the last 4 women titles. You had Vondrousova 2023 and Krejcikova 2024. How come we can't develop these Grand Slam champions yet? A country that has nearly half the population that we do have now had 3 of the last 4 Wimbledon
the thing
winners.
is,
Because there's less people, there's a high chance of hitting it.
the thing the thing with we probably wouldn't even be asking the question if Ash Barty not retired because really she'd still be at the top of her game right
Your
now.
mate.
You would have thought so. Late 20s, still at the peak of her powers.
That's right. And we've seen women now go a long way into their 30s to play tennis and Ash Barty.
Because there's just no competition.
It's not.
Yeah,
but
no, I
You
agree,
can't be
but-
older. You can't. Oregon would have take that away. To have, we've had 9 different Wimbledon winners.
Yeah.
I've got to get rid of this perception that there is no competition.
Okay,
The competition's
I'll,
very
I'll,
even.
I'll rephrase. There's no top 4s that are above everyone
A
else.
clear top 4.
Correct.
We would have said previously Sabalenka, Swiatek, Rebecca, all of them got knocked out before the quarterfinals. So look, for Noskova, it's a great story because her mum died 2 years ago. She took a bit of time off the tour, and she's only 21, and it's actually refreshing to see a women's player with a nose ring. I don't know how you can play tennis with a nose ring, but she bloody did. Won a Wimbledon title.
I mean, you don't hit a ball with your nose, mate.
yeah, but no shit, Sherlock. But just the visual of it, and it's still be difficult breathing. Is it?
No, no, mate. Extra air hole. You're good. If anything, it aids.
But no, well done to Noskova. Good to see a new Grand Slam champion for Mushkova. Is that how you pronounce it, Pete?
Mushkova.
Mushkova.
Say it
Unfortunately,
just a little bit quicker.
Mushkova.
Mushkova.
Thank you.
Mushkova.
That's her second
You idiots.
Grand Slam final loss. She lost the French Open final back in 2023. But look, she had a great run. She knocked off Coco Gauff, who we said this time last week was going to win the title. Coco Gauff did choke. She had match points in the deciding set tiebreak. But yeah, good on her. But yeah, well done to have a women's player with a nose ring taking out a title.
Just before we move on to the ice hockey, I want to we talk about mispronouncing names. Tennis during the Australian Open is where journalists stuff up the most with names.
Oh, 100%.
It's
So
great
good.
because you can't cover because tennis, a Grand Slam, there's so much going on.
Yep.
You can't watch every game. You can't sort of keep track of everything. So sometimes you just got to go through some scores and they stuff it up so much. It's great.
And the problem is they can't say the Czech girl like Kaylee Underwood with the orange tee. you can't really do that.
No, but you hear it sometimes though.
The Czech opponent or the
Yeah,
Japanese opponent. Yeah, you do hear that.
Or her Japanese opponent. You hear it quite often. And then they don't mention the name.
Nah.
It's interesting. All right. So we
Sammy.
take AIHL away.
it's-
The Mustangs are the Mustangs.
Oh yeah, I mean,
win.
up against a team who have only won one game this season.
We
Yeah, getting a
got two- we got-
7-1 win.
2 wins in the weekend and they'll thumping.
Again,
Again,
the team
the-
that only won one game for the year.
But we haven't done that. We haven't done that yet.
You haven't gone back to back.
Exactly.
Oh look, 7-1, then 9-1 the following day. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys are sitting pretty.
13 wins, yeah.
Yeah, so
But from 23 games, well and truly ahead of most of the competition.
yes, no, you're definitely right with that one there. You guys have been very consistent, but there have been a couple of mulligans here and there. And this weekend, on Friday night, it's going to be a big one. This is the last derby for the season with the two Melbourne teams going head to head. This is a really important game for us, especially for the Ice. We're currently sitting 1 point out of the top 6.
They saved their weekend after
Oh.
losing overtime game 1 on Saturday night 4-3. The second game they were able to handle perfectly.
What are you,
Yeah.
are you going to this one?
No, no, that's sold out like a month and a half before.
Are you watching it?
But with your
Yeah, I'll be
membership,
watching it. Yeah,
with
let's
your,
do it.
with your
It's a-
membership.
It's a Mustangs home game.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
I'm gonna put my name out there to see if there's any tickets available.
We getting together?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
over
let's go.
Yeah, done.
Let's go.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Early beer, early celebratory beer.
No,
Calm down.
no, Pete. You got to be right for Saturday night.
No, it will be Saturday night.
Yeah, that's
Saturday
the
night.
I've got an Andrew Garrett sparkling Shiraz ready to go.
Oi,
Hey.
oi, there we go. Hey, big spender.
Mate, it's at Aldi at the moment. It's a bargain.
No, we're
Yes.
doing it. I'm coming over.
So yeah, Melbourne Ice went over to Perth. Coming into this round, the Perth Thunder were actually ladder leaders, so we did actually take them to overtime. We didn't get the chocolate, but we did manage to get 1 point off them. But we did back it up the following day with a big win against them at 6-2 in Perth, which is big. And keeping in mind, we did this without David Booth as well, who was
Reason for absence.
well, he's doing the whole US versus Canada
yes, which is happening
exhibition
at the moment.
games at the
Yep.
moment. So the fact that we were that offensively dominant on the Sunday without easily our best forward is awesome signs.
Yep.
Gameplay throughout the whole game was unbelievable. Just got on top of them really early and just stuck to it. So really, really good signs for Melbourne Ice coming into the important part of the season. But yeah, we're still 1 point away from that top 6 spot to make the playoffs.
Other results out of the Melbourne teams.
Yeah. So Sydney Bears and the Newcastle North Stars. Newcastle getting the expected win 6-3. Brisbane Lightning and the Sydney Ice Dogs. Ice Dogs getting the win 9-7. Also had the Melbourne Mustangs, the Adrenaline in their first game. We've already mentioned 7-1. On the Sunday, Brisbane Lightning and the Newcastle North Stars. Newcastle getting their second win of the weekend, 9-5. Sydney Bears and the Central Coast Rhinos. Bears winning that one 5-2, and the Mustangs Adelaide 9-1, and Ice 6-2 against the Thunder.
So in summary, Newcastle was still well and truly the top
Oh,
10
yeah.
and the team to beat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they're two back-to-back wins on the weekend, put them back into the lead, but they are sitting on 44 points with the Thunder. So it's going to be an interesting final as far as where they're going to sit. But yeah, all eyes are on the Melbourne Ice because they're 6 points above the Central Coast Rhinos. So I think we're comfortably 7th, but we need to really start cranking up the gears a bit to make that top 6.
All right. All done with the ice hockey semi? Anything
Sort of.
else to mention? Done. All right. We move our attention over to what happened in golf because we had the Scottish Open during the weekend, which is a precursor to, of course, the
British Open.
The Open.
The Open, sorry.
The Open. You've got it right
I've
there.
got it right
Yeah.
there. Well, it's in Britain, so the British Open. But yes, it is
Might-
technically the
You
Open.
might as well just put a sports juice logo on that jumper, mate. You wear it here so frequently.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bloody
It's
cold.
true.
It's very warm. Does the job.
We had Tom Kim take out the Scottish Open, which is a good win for him and puts him well and truly into contention for the British Open. I guess all eyes were on Min finishing second.
He didn't
at 3
choke.
under.
He actually
didn't choke.
had a consistent 4 rounds for a change.
And if he scored, so the best score in round 4 was Kim with 6 under and Rory McIlroy with 6 under as well. I think that was the best from the field.
Yep.
If he had got 6 under, he actually wins.
You win. Yeah. I tell you what,
So, that's how well it's gone.
about 4 years.
Yes.
And it's not exactly great form.
Well, he hasn't had a
leading to
great
major-
season.
Yes, well, yes,
It's his standards.
to his standards, he's still ranked number 1 because he's dominated the last couple of years. But yeah, it's not great signs going into Royal Birkdale coming up.
Your boy Adam Scott had a real shocker, Sammy, but he managed to have a decent last round of 1 under, but ended up 2 over for the round. Tied 66, which was actually 4th last overall.
Well, those who didn't make the cut.
Jesus, yeah, of those who did, he made the cut.
Who did make the cut? Sorry,
he made
yeah.
the cut.
Yep.
Your boy Hookie, Aussie Carl,
Aussie Carl,
Phillips,
how'd he go?
5 under, 3
Okay.
over on the last day though.
Yeah, he didn't finish off strong, but you'd say it's a pass for the overall tournament.
Mr. Consistent in Australian golf, Cam Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He finished 7 under, 3 under on the last round.
Cameron Smith, of course, a former Open winner. There you go.
He didn't make. Did he? He didn't make the cut. Was he even there? I don't think he played this one.
He didn't play. It's interesting. You would have
correct me if
thought.
you're
You would
wrong.
have thought most of the top golfers would have. I would have thought they would have played.
Played
'cause-
the-
'cause-
and you would think because this is one that Smith can play, being the DP World Tour.
yep.
I don't think he
No,
played.
didn't
No,
play.
he
There you
didn't. Okay. Hang on.
he
I know.
did play.
I thought no. I thought for a second I saw KJ Choi's name there, but the whole timer, but not so the case. Hatton is one that I do want to mention because I reckon that he can do something at the British Open, being a POM himself. 8 under overall, tied 17th, 1 under on the last day. Once again, if he has a nice last day, he can do anything. I think that he's one to watch.
Tommy Fleetwood, how did he go? Because I'm backing him for Royal Birkdale because it's his home course.
He does play well.
He
there,
does play
actually.
very well. He's had a
Tommy
pretty
Fleetwood,
consistent year.
yes, 9 under, 2 under on the
Yeah,
last day,
actually,
tied
not-
13th.
His
Not
form-
bad.
His form at the Masters was pretty good as well,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm-
been
if,
all right.
if I'm backing someone, I'm backing Tommy Fleetwood.
The only thing for me is that the win on home soil.
It's always tough.
And he's been,
Yep.
I don't think he's been a choker, but he just hasn't performed on that last day.
He sort of gets eyes up,
Yeah,
stays
yeah.
there.
You
just sort
don't
of-
hear many
yeah.
stories of golfers winning on their home course.
Yeah.
I can't think of any, to be honest. In a big tournament, not just these little tournaments on the side. I cannot think of a golfer in their home course in a major with all the expectation in the world. There's not many stories of them winning, and that goes against Tommy Fleetwood. But the form he's in, I think he's very capable.
Let's be honest, it's Rory's.
You reckon? You're very confident.
He's finished tied 7th in this one. He has had 6 under in the last round. He's favourite. He goes in as favourite.
Is he though? Can you look up sports bet? Because I was gonna say
quickly get that. Up.
Scotty Scheffler having missed a cut, having the embarrassment of missing in 4 years. He is the defending Open champion. I know it's a completely different course to what they played last year. Surely it's time for the number 1 golfer to step up to the plate and show why he's number 1. I've got a feeling the anger of what happened in the Scottish Open might just fuel him to another major win. So if I'm tipping, I'm going Fleetwood into Scheffler, 1-2.
As favourites for yourself.
They're my tips. But what is the market?
Scotty
saying?
Scheffler is favourite.
He is favourite.
$8.
$8.
Rory $9.50. That's
where's
It's not bad.
Fleetwood $15.
Ooh,
He's
Even,
fourth
even
favourite.
better cash.
Fitzpatrick he's one to watch actually.
Mhm.
He's been in decent form.
Yes.
Not good form, but decent. $15 as well. John Rahm, I'm writing him off in majors now. being a live golfer. The only live golfer who I think is capable of winning this one is Hatton.
Yeah, it's fair call.
Mm.
Who's the best placed Aussie in the market?
Best placed Aussie.
Is it Cameron Smith just simply because he's won an Open before?
Minwoo Lee, $46.
Well, after what he showed at the Scottish Open, that's no surprise. That's good money, $46.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yep.
All right.
Sammy,
What
V8,
about-
big weekend in
V8s were
Townsville.
back this week. I know you watched a lot of it.
Yeah, I did watch all Saturday. It was a great race. Matty Payne just extending that championship lead.
He's looking good. He's looking very, very good.
Tell you what, it was a great weekend for Ford Mustang. You had all the,
It's been a good season for Mustangs.
yeah, absolutely. Cam Waters, who's probably having a career revival. He won the race on Friday, and then the two big ones, the 250k races, with Matty Payne winning on Saturday, and then Brody Kostecki. We
Yeah.
mentioned that he's had a bit of a rough run,
Yep.
with illnesses and incidents in previous rounds. It was great to actually see him take out a checkered flag on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Matt Payne's currently leading the standings on 1,656 points and not too far behind, but is really struggling as of late. He's both Red Bull drivers in Brock Feeney and
Will Brown, the
Will
triple
Brown.
eight. Yeah, but that qualifying in particular, their qualifying was terrible. They
Mm.
did well to finish as high up in the standings of the races, but their qualifying was just off
Mhm.
throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with. I think it might just be a Red Bull thing between F1 and the supercars. But yeah, not good from those boys.
No, of course, got Perth coming up in
2
3 weeks'
weeks.
time. I tell you, one thing about Townsville, I'm not sure it's the most suitable place. Right, the
It's not.
circuit
I've
is
never
so
understood
it's a street circuit. I know there's plenty of them in the supercars calendar, but it is so narrow.
Mm.
It is bloody narrow. It's probably one of the most, or one of the least enjoyable rounds to watch, just because it's very hard to pass.
It's funny though, because like the Gold Coast track, in my opinion, is probably the top 3 most entertaining tracks to watch a supercar race on, and that's probably even more narrow.
Narrow, yeah, that's very
So,
very true.
I'm just hanging out for the enduros. I think that's
closer.
that's where the championship window starts to close for a lot of the drivers.
Yep.
So
Are they doing the same? I probably should know this. Are they doing the same as, of course, you got the top 10?
they're doing the finals.
They're doing the
They're
finals
doing the
again?
finals again. Yeah. I think I jumped the gun on that a bit too early last year. I think the last couple of races were very good from that point of view, but they only focus on the top 5 drivers.
Yeah, the other drivers.
So
they're there, but they're not really there.
it did work, unfortunately. But yeah, they are doing it again. Yeah.
Yep, no, fair enough.
It
Big
is an
Bash.
F1. Oh, no. I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
going to quickly
yeah,
say
sorry,
it is an
sorry,
F1
sorry.
weekend. The Belgium Spa.
Spa,
Oh,
yes.
It's
Good track.
Great track.
It's just going up that hill.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Fast.
better. Watching the Formula One go up that hill, it's really good. But yeah, no, the Big Bash calendar is out.
Yeah, they announced, of course, they're going to start off the season, or the
Yeah.
league, India in Chennai, the 12th of December. The Renegades taking on.
Be
first
interesting to see the
Scorchers.
crowd.
Oh, it won't be great. This
You
is
don't reckon?
Well, let's be honest. The IPL is superior than the BBL, so they're not going to come and can't
And-
wait to see the BBL come out.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they don't test matches aren't necessarily always sold out there.
No.
Depends where you go around the country for test matches. So I'm with you. I don't know if it's going to be good or great. Like there could be that level of I want to see a lot of Australian cricketers
Mhm.
because
The
they
cricket country.
are. So even the IPL game to the MCG would it be a sellout?
Whoa.
I mean that's a good question too.
I was about to say something I should have, but 7-Eleven, I'm not going to go down that path.
Well, there is a lot of expat Indian so
Well,
there'd
there's
probably be
a lot of workers that strike at 7-Eleven, so they've got plenty of spare time. But look, this is purely a move to promote the private ownership.
Oh, absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see what
That's Renegades are going.
absolutely. And of
Mhm.
course, Perth Scorchers were also thinking about
Mhm.
getting involved as well. But of course, we're going to have cricket on Christmas Eve. The Melbourne Renegades are going to be playing
Yes,
at
at the
Junction,
Junction
Oval,
Oval.
under the lights on
Yep.
Christmas Eve, which will be interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Sort of cool. Sort of. I
Kind
mean, I'm
of.
not going to go, but
No, I'm not going to
No.
New Year's Eve, there's going to be cricket. Well, the Adelaide
At the
always
Adelaide.
Stars are going to be playing that
They
game
are,
at Adelaide.
yeah.
Oval. I'll be heading
I know
down.
you're going to go.
I'm going down at on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But the other controversial part of this fixture, the final is on Australia Day. And we know there's people out there who are very sketchy about Australia Day and how important it is to the history. Let's hope it's a sellout. And sure, it will be a sellout because we love our cricket.
Public holiday. Should
Public holiday as well. But of course, like I said, there's some people out there who,
But I would think the majority say that cricket belongs on Australia Day.
well, it used 100% used to
yeah,
be.
that's right.
I think there was a poll in one of the leading newspapers, and 98% said, "Yeah, absolutely." We just should be
And I
cricket.
think that there's a nuance in it being a BBL game,
yes,
if you know what I'm getting at.
no,
Well, I think
it's a final, which is
I
great.
think Cricket Australia has avoided Australia Day, playing Australia on Australia Day because of the crowd, sort of the way that things are in this country at the moment.
Yep.
And they've tried to avoid that. And I think playing a BBL game is a happy medium of still be able to play some cricket on Australia Day without having the Australian flag front and foremost.
We also just
My opinion, Cricket Australia, that's what I think they're thinking is.
look, like I said, 98% in a poll said yes to cricket. So I think it's a great move. Of course, the other big cricket news, Bazball is over.
Yeah.
Finished.
Yes.
Well, they're still playing. He's still the coach of the white ball, so he's actually doing a good job with the white ball team. England being number one of the T20, but in terms of Test cricket, done after 4 years. The question is now, who takes over?
Justin Langer.
Wow, I tell you, it'd be great.
Did you see that thing that
video?
I posted? That video
that
of
was
him.
great.
That is great.
But it's funny. You think about any sporting organisation. When you sack a coach, the next coach has to be the complete opposite of the weaknesses of the previous coach. You think about Justin Langer. He was too hard on the players. Who they get? Andrew McDonald. Player power. You run the show. I'm just in the background.
Yeah.
And the same when Darren Lehman took over Mickey Arthur. Exact same scenario. So I reckon one of Justin Langer is got to be up there. I've heard Darren
You've
Lehman.
heard Darren Lehman.
I've heard Darren Lehman is a potential contender because he's coaching.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
He's got a lot of knowledge of county cricket.
Got a good record.
And he's got a very good record as an Australian coach and for other franchises around the world.
He loves the sandpaper.
Does understand. He had no involvement in it, from all the reports.
Come on, he lost his job from it.
But the other one is Andy Flower, who of course was the coach when England won in Australia, but that was 15 years ago. So for him to come back,
I don't think that's the right move. You don't get a coach back.
Yeah, I'm still on the same lines.
Yeah,
because he was a bit of a hard ass as well, from all reports.
Okay,
but was very successful, and of course he was one who ended.
Not that I don't rate him.
But yeah, from the come back after being sacked from a 15-year gap. So yeah, very, very, very interesting to see. But let's be honest, it was no surprise.
No.
Even though Baz McCullum came out and said, I was gutted, I wasn't expecting it. After England's deplorable effort in the Ashes, they lost their first Test series to New Zealand. No surprise.
Absolutely.
So have you heard the Billy Frampton? Any news?
They've been deliberating for 25 minutes now. No news.
No news.
Deliberating. So
Yeah.
everything's been heard and said.
Yeah.
and
So Collingwood are trying to argue impact should be graded low rather than medium.
Well, the North Melbourne player
Which is fair.
he kept playing.
Yeah.
So there was no concussion, and this is why the Jack Crisp non-report was surprising. So
And then a bunch of, physiological
our
analysis.
win against Carlton relies on this.
So you're saying right here, right now, if Billy Frampton is not playing,
We have no backline.
Carlton win.
We have no backline.
I don't know, but just I want you to say it right now.
Yeah, I would think Carlton
You
go in
would
as
tip
favourites.
Carlton.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. No, Lockie Schultz as well. I think both ends of the ground. There's not much.
Fair enough.
What intercept marking ability have you got without him?
Jeremy Howe. I mean, he's the best in.
He can't be everywhere though. That's
No,
the
I
thing.
agree. And he's not the player he used to be.
No.
Quain, will he be back
could
after
be
2
back.
weeks out?
And he's a hit and a miss. Sometimes he plays really well and then doesn't play well. So yeah, there's not much either end of the ground. So I'm thinking, but McRae has been shown to be able to defend in different ways
And adapt.
and adapt. So you never know. So that's a bonus. But I just think Billy Frampton out is just one step too many. I mean, he's the All-Australian fullback. That's what we're talking about losing here.
I can't wait for that squad of 40 to be announced. If he doesn't make the squad of 40, you're going to have the biggest egg on your face going around. In fact, I'm not going off topic. Callum Wilkie, I don't think we've ever mentioned him on this podcast.
Actually, and he doesn't I know he gets mentioned in the media for being a very good player. Australian sort of talk, doesn't he?
Well, he's been all Australian before, though.
Yeah, he has, hasn't
And
he?
he had 34 touches on the weekends.
Mm.
And that's probably the one thing against Billy Frampton. Yes, a very good one-on-one defender, but in terms of numbers, it don't look as impressive.
We say it every week.
Yeah, I know. We do. Sammy, any people communicating to us, asking questions? Richard?
Actually, yeah, we will step back a bit.
Let's go.
At the very top of the program, we did have a question from, or more of a query
Yep.
from Richard Cerny.
Mhm.
I was listening to Sports Tonight on 3AW last night, and there was controversy and confusion over the stand rule. Why the confusion, and can you guys clarify what it's all about?
Oh, it's when players feign for a handball. The person on the mark thinks they're playing on, but then they don't. They get off the mark, 50-meter penalty. But again, it's not consistent.
But then the interpretation has come out that that's okay then.
Well,
The fake handball and they move off. It is confusing.
Just one of many rules that you just have no consistent interpretation.
That one, no, like I know a lot of people bring up holding the ball. There is consistency with holding the ball. It's just people
Yeah, I
are
agree
so
with that.
stupid
Yeah.
that they don't know the rule.
Correct.
This one, everyone's a bit unsure. So yeah, I actually personally do like the stand because it opens up the game, makes it more free flowing and creates scores. I think it's been a positive in that sense, but in terms of knowing the rules and everything around it, it's very confusing.
Is it too strict a rule?
It could be. It
So
could
if,
be,
if
but
they loosen the reins on it a little bit and give a little bit more freedom
loo-
to the person standing,
they,
would it work better?
they loosen the reins. Well, when they first brought it in,
They,
it was
it
it
was
was a stand.
you
so
couldn't
then everyone-
jump up and down. You couldn't.
That's you couldn't move sideways.
Yeah.
But then what players ended up doing was going 1-2 meters back
Backwards,
and
yeah.
then being able to go sideways, which was not what the AFL wanted. So they had to bring in the stand rule. So, look, like I said, I like what it's done. The confusion part, if we can just iron out a few things, which happens, which is okay, then it will be a good rule. Just got to iron some things out.
Sure. There you go.
All right.
Any others?
Nope. That is all.
That's all.
Done.
Beautiful. Thanks, boys.
Thank you,
Hope
boys.
you get a Palmer this week for your sake.
I hope you don't.
I'm not. I know that. Don't know who to tip, Carlton or Collingwood.
Depends on Billy.
Billy Frampton.
Billy.
All Australian.
Billy.
All Australian.
Your weekly pint of sports juice, presented by the Leisure Centre Preston. Eat, drink, and bowl at the Key Sprawling Beer Gardens, Lanes Arcade Bar and Bistro. Let's go, lads.